Hey guys, my name is Bryce. Today I'm doing something a little bit different on my channel, where I play Overwatch from time to time, and basically they had this new release of a new character out, and I really wanted to try her out. So, if you're not familiar, Overwatch is this first-person shooter game. There's a huge variety of different characters, male, female, robot male, and now robot female, and the idea is that there's this wide assortment of abilities that they all have. They're all kind of their each sort of superhero-like personas that you can choose to play from, and they kind of offer different play styles and things like that. This one that just released is this female robot that has 4 legs and looks kind of like a centaur, but she also has horns at the front of her, and instead of having a left hand and a robotic right hand, she has what's called a fusion driver, but it basically sounds and operates like an assault rifle or something like that. She can project a shield from her left hand, and she's got a bunch of other abilities, so I'm just kind of learning as I go. Like, I just started playing with her now. She's definitely going to be kind of my favorite kind of tank character to play among the classes of kind of attack and defense, and then there's tank, and then there's support. So usually I play as a support with this character named Lucio, who's very fast. He can actually glide along walls, and he usually gives like a big health boost to a bunch of people. And so normally I'm kind of used to supporting characters and things like that, whereas for her, I'm kind of thinking of using her should any sort of support tank situation happen, where if somebody else wants to be more of a supporter and healer, I can jump in for this for kind of more of like a fortification role or something like that, just to kind of hold down a point. So even though she's this gargantuan character, her shield is very useful, and something you'll probably see more through this video as well is she can actually launch this little gravity sphere, which kind of draws other enemies basically towards the sphere is going. And I mean, I'm just learning about it now, but so far it seems to be pretty effective. It's got a fairly small range compared to another hero who can send like this really big gravity sphere out. But yeah, I'm just getting kind of in position right now just to see if anyone's going to sneak out the side. Usually I like to put like a little stamp or something like that to obscure somebody's view, but I haven't even unlocked any stamps for this. This is just in basically a designated region where you can choose between American servers, Asian servers, and European servers, and this is actually a additional one called the public testing region, and it basically means that the play is very slow in terms of lag and everything, but this is actually where the developers get a chance to showcase any new stuff that they're trying out before they have a broader release, because this is on PC, so there will also be a release on Xbox and PlayStation, I believe. So this is a way for the developers to kind of see what it's like on their own sort of native domain of on PC, so you can tweak a bunch of stuff, and then once it's ready to go, they can launch it for the other platforms. So right now I'm just in this game where anybody can be any hero they want. Usually it's designated as kind of one of each character within a limit of 6 for a team. So everyone's trying it out, obviously, except for a few people who are changing up who we'll kind of see as a different group. But I'm really liking how well grouped I guess the kind of accuracy of this weapon is, and it's great. We only have one character supporting. His name is Lucio, who is kind of my other go-to character, really. My other favorite otherwise, so probably be bouncing between this character and Lucio for the most part. And the thing I like is that even though it's a slow character, it's not quite as lumbering as I was expecting, probably due to being a 4-legged character. This is the first time they've had something with 4 legs as opposed to bipedal, but it doesn't feel like there's any sort of clunkiness to it, and I'm sure the developers knew this a while ago to accommodate for, you know, doorways and other sort of paths to navigate through, or no problem to get through. I don't find I get stuck on anything. I feel like there's going to be just so many shields projected, but it's just such a useful tool to have I noticed not too many people are taking advantage of the this whole gravity sphere thing, so I'll use that while I can. I think this character is definitely really good for holding down some sort of point, but also just, again, being some sort of an alternative to a character named Lionheart, who has this massive shield that pretty much has twice the protective properties that this character does, but also is limited to just having a giant hammer in terms of a weapon. There's no ranged attacks that are possible, so this feels more like a hybrid that I can really get behind, and also just has more options that she can work with, like the fact that I can run around the shield and potentially run away if I want to protect one of my friends, and then actually go and do damage elsewhere. I can sort of set up a little temporary defense, and that'll hold off until I can run back and check in on how to do it. Now, the computer I had to record on this is not that great for it. Frankly, I'm used to working on a Mac that actually has one of my friends and I built a PC from scratch together. It was a lot of fun, but it was definitely done on a budget, and you can see that from just how slow the frame rate is for this and everything. But I'm still glad that I can, if everything goes well, get this shared on the day of the release and everything. It's a fascinating character. I definitely think they're going to try and do some of her abilities, because right now she seems to be very disruptive to what the conventional game is going to be, both by having a ton of defense and a reasonable amount of offense. But for now, I'm going to enjoy it, and also just kind of let people know about it if they haven't got their hands on the game yet, or if they're away from their PC, but hopefully they can get to it soon. It's a ton of fun.
I still have a job to do.
Of course, that said, I think it's good to see in this kill camera that's recording how I was eliminated that there's certainly easy counters to her, other than just an evil twin of her on the other team. Where there's this character named Bastion who has a sort of chain gun type weapon who can easily mow through shields, and that was certainly a big threat to kind of her predecessor Reinhardt, who had twice as much protective power as our character does now with her shield. So I think it's important to stay pretty mobile and not just cower behind the shield and hope for the best, because Bastion is definitely designed as a very effective counter for her, as well as probably a few other characters. I imagine Zenyatta will be helpful, where he can basically put a big marker on you to at least temporarily sort of show, even behind walls and everything, if you're trying to hide away from him, to his entire team what your location is, and also drain a bit of your defensive abilities. So that means that if you are marked by that, get out of there quick, because even though he's not a hugely heavy hitter, and he's certainly quite fragile himself, as soon as you're marked by that, you become a target for everyone, especially as this giant lumbering machine. You're going to be a very easy target that way. I'd say that was a fun game and a great way to showcase what powers are available and everything. I think now it's time to open up some loot boxes. Now, of course, the downside to having, 24 characters now, is that the odds of getting any new voice lines or skins or anything like that for this new character are quite limited. And additionally, any other character you like previously, again, is going to have slightly less odds. So, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I think certainly the pros outweigh the cons in terms of just having this new hero who's really exciting and dynamic to play as a defensive character who can certainly hold her own in terms of fending for herself as well. So that wraps it up for me today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.